chilly on Saturday, chances are maybe you stay home and you do a little spring cleaning, because we are kicking up your spring cleaning a notch because we're going to tackle toxins in your home. Environmental experts say the average household contains about 62 toxic chemicals, whether in your food, personal care products, cleaning products, you name it. So joining us this morning is award-winning environmental toxin expert Tanya Harris. Welcome to the show, Tanya. It's great to see you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. So, Tanya, what we love about you is that you say we all need to take baby steps when detoxifying our homes, because it seems like it's a larger-than-life project. What do you mean by that, these baby steps?
Well, really, it can be so overwhelming when we're just starting out. There's so much information out there. It can cost a lot of time and money doing the research. And not only that, just the overwhelm. So if we can really just start out doing these small incremental steps, they'll also be more sustainable over time as well.
Okay.
So if we could just start out small and work our way from there, pretty soon we'll have detoxified our homes pretty quickly.
Okay, I like that. I look into my children's room and I'm like, and I get crazy and I turn around and I close the door because I'm like, I can't possibly do this. And then I go downstairs, I look at my kitchen, I'm like, I can't do this. And then I just leave my house and I say, oh, well, it's never going to happen. But you say that one of the first steps we can take is to stop bringing toxins into our homes. Half of us don't even realize that we're doing it. So what should we be looking for when we go to the store?
Well, there's so many different things we can be on the lookout for. So I really have 3 rules to kind of jumpstart this and make it a little easier when we first start out. And the first thing I like to recommend is just replace your top 1 or 2 items, your top 1 or 2 most used, most toxic items. So for example, in the kitchen, it can be something like replacing plastic food storage containers because they can contain chemicals that are hormone disrupting, replacing them with glass, which is a super simple option, and there's a lot of great ones out there. Another thing we can do is look in our bathrooms at our beauty products. And one of the things there too is replace your top 1 or 2 most used, which is probably toothpaste and face wash or shampoo. And what I like to do as a rule of thumb is white toothpaste, because then you're not using all these artificial colors. So if you can do white, then that's a great option. So it can be something as simple as that. And then my favorite thing right now, because we're so into spring cleaning, is to look for a safer cleaning brand. There's great ones out there now, and we can either do that. There's a lot based on Castile soap. That's a great option. Or we can DIY our own. And I have a couple things here if you want me to show you real quick. It's something as simple as baking soda and vinegar. So these are my 2 go-tos. They don't necessarily clean, but they're great degreasers and they're great at doing stovetops. But I'll try to do a little example here. So this is baking soda in a little dish. And if you pour vinegar on it, it makes a fizz. So you can see how it would be great at lifting stains or degreasing. So it's kind of like that 8th grade, I don't know if you can really see that science experiment with the volcano, is what it reminds me of. You can do something like that. It's a great degreaser. Something else as easy as distilled water. And this is half distilled water in here. I just did that for time's sake. I usually get a funnel and then you pour 50, it's a 50-50 combination of that and white vinegar. And now you have a window cleaner.
Yeah.
And it's as simple as that.
This is perfect. I mean, I think plenty of folks, well, I'll speak for myself. During the pandemic, when we were sheltering at home, I did that exact same thing to try to clean my home. But this harkens to something that you are encouraging us to do. You said 50-50. What about the 80-20 rule? What does that mean?
Oh, sure. Well, that applies for so many different things, but when it comes to toxins too, because I believe that if we go too gung-ho or if we overhaul everything, we're going to kind of feel deprived, ourselves and our families. And when I started out too strong, it drove myself and my family crazy. So if we can just buy 80% of the things safer, then we don't have to worry about 20% of the time when we either want to treat ourselves or treat our kids, or when we don't have as much control.
Yeah, I do the 80-20 to my diet. 80% of the things I eat are pretty healthy. 20% is like pizza and ice cream. This week it might have been like 70-30, but who's counting? Tanya, thank you so much. Thank you so much for helping us with those ideas on detoxifying our lives. And if you want to get more tips from Tanya, pick up her book, The Slightly Greener Method. Thank you, Tanya.